You're listening to the Lone Star Gridiron Sports Network.
The Lufkin Panthers weekly press conference is made possible by Fresh Media Works, the leader in podcasting expertise. For the past 20 years, nobody has created more podcasts than Fresh Media Works. Hundreds of shows with millions of downloads later, Fresh Media Works has been the engine behind Lone Star Gridiron. To find out how podcasting can help your company, go to freshmediaworks.com/podcasting or call 713-269-4620. Don't be left behind.
All right, Coach, good morning and congratulations on a great opening game.
Yes, sir. Real proud of the kids. They played really hard and they handled the heat pretty good. That was one of our major concerns. Everybody's concern, but I was real proud of how they handled the fourth quarter.
Nice, and it looks like y'all just jumped out to a killer lead. The two long passes early on. Talk about what you saw there.
Well, they were just like everybody else. Our running back is a really talented kid, great kid, and so people are going to load the box with it. And a lot of times you'll get man to man out there on the edge, and they had rolled their corners down right over our face and made a couple of good throws and a good catch and got behind them there early, which then kind of helped with the box in the next drives because people were backing them out. So, it's just a thing. You got to be able to throw the football because they're going to try to stop number three, and we have to be very efficient with that. When they do load the box, we got to be able to throw and catch.
Yeah, exactly, because that opened up later because he was able to get his yards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anything that stood out that you saw, okay, we need to work on that? Because, it looked, with the exception of you did have more penalties than them, it looked like you dominated every category. Yeah,
we made some mistakes in the kicking game. We spent a lot of time with that, too. We try to split it in the thirds. A lot of people don't do that, but we spend time on the kicking game, and because it's such an important part. And we were just not very efficient. We had a extra point blocked and missed two, and we kicked the ball out of bounds on one of our kickoffs. It was just not efficient, not what we do, and not the expectations of what we do special teams wise. So we were kind of disappointed in that. We got a plan this week. We're going to be better at that for sure because at some point in time that's going to win a football game for us. And if we don't get it fixed, it could lose a game for us too. And so very important on that. We did some other things. We had some motion penalties, offside penalty. We had a couple of didn't really stop with the whistle and got called for excessive or personal foul, and those will come with just being smart. You're right there by the sideline. You got to be careful what you do, and now you don't want to take away their aggressiveness, but they got to be smart in those situations. You get them out of bounds before they make first down on third. Don't hit them late. Don't give them a first down, and so that comes with just experience and just, repetition, getting older and doing that.
Definitely. And call out maybe a couple players that did better than maybe the fans would have expected.
Right. Well, defensively, we had a kid, Isaiah Menifee, has played safety for us last year and really got in the weight room. He's a big kid. He's about 6'2", 190, and it put on a little weight, a little bulk, and we moved him down to an outside linebacker, kind of an 80 technique, nickel guy, and he really played really good in the box, and being our contain guy or our D area guy really changed the look over there, forced the ball to go to the other side where we could overload that. He played really good. I was real proud of him because of the position change, and he's all in. He said whatever I need to do, and boy, really played good. there. Offensively, our offensive line, we've got a couple that were out, and the two that came in and filled those holes really played good, played above what they've been doing, and I was really pleased with those guys. I think that was the biggest thing. There was a little question mark there, but kids played good, played hard, and they got after it.
Nice. And then when team wins big, sometimes they get the big head, they don't work as hard. How do you control that?
Well, we talked about that yesterday in our staff meeting. As coaches, if you don't really watch it, you'll miss some things, as opposed to if you take a loss, then you really dissect the film, you dissect the player, you dissect yourself. And we talked about yesterday, you watch the film like we had lost the game, be that critical and be of this early in the year. Don't put blinders on and not see what we need to fix. Okay, we played good. We didn't play great. We got some things we got to fix now. And so take the approach and be critical with yourself to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, it's our job as coaches to come out today and we set the tone for the week. We're not done. We're going, it's a work day. And so it starts with us. And then they'll go as we go. If we go out with that attitude and that plan, then they'll realize it and they'll accept it.
Definitely. And give me, as you're thinking of the game, what's the moment that made you smile the biggest or just laugh the loudest?
Well, I don't know. There was the penalties kind of take the laughter away sometimes when you work. So wasn't a whole lot there. I was real pleased with the guys that were first year starters. Seeing them make a play and seeing them, the light kind of come on, because it is different in the game. It is. You have kids that really look good on Monday through Thursday, and then kind of lock up on Fridays, and there's a difference between being locked in and locked up, and just seeing those kids and seeing that light come on, thinking, that's exactly what I did in practice, and that's what happened, that's what worked, and just seeing them fly around. We had a couple of kids that cramped in the fourth quarter. We had kids that came off the bench and made plays. That probably wouldn't have been out there, but did and had their opportunity. So I guess seeing that, through the game, that was big. Nice.
And you mentioned the cramping. How is the team health-wise?
Health-wise, we had one that kind of banged his leg up a little bit. He went to the doctor and no structural damage or anything. Just going to be sore and going to have to go a little bit light, one of our offensive linemen, but he'll go. I mean, he's cleared to go. It's just a matter of when he feels good enough to go full speed. So other than that, flying around and being aggressive and doing your job at full speed kind of takes care of some of that. You start slowing down, bad things happen, and they flew around pretty good. But everybody's going to cramp at this time of the year. It's just too dadgum hot out there, and you can do as much as you can. But those skill guys, there's just not a lot of fat on those guys, and no way to retain the water. So they're going to cramp. We had a good practice Saturday, and got them loose and broke a pretty good sweat. And usually that makes Mondays a whole lot better when you can do that.
Yeah. All right, and this week we have Nacogdoches. Talk about what you expect.
Well, it's a big rivalry here, and they just respect each other, but just don't like each other, and kids will play hard. Their kids will play hard too. It'll be a knockdown drag out over there. We've moved the game to SFA to have a little more room, and to be at a college stadium and college campus, and it'll be good. It's kids play a little bit faster and a little bit harder versus each other in this game.
Nice. And what do you expect from them offensively and defensively?
Well, they're big in the offensive line. Their offensive line is really good. They've got a couple of receivers that are talented. One big, tall kid that he went 70 first play of the game last week. Big kid. They got a southpaw quarterback that's a good operator. He doesn't put them in a bind, and I think they had a long drive right there at the end to take the lead to win the football game. So I was pretty impressed watching them on film. Offensively, they know what they're trying to do, and I'm saying, offensive line, they're big-bodied kids that move their feet. So we've got some work to do there. Defensively, they're in a 4-2-5 look, and we got a big old nose that's real active inside, big-bodied kid, state powerlifting kid, shot and disc, regional qualifier. He's a good kid. We know him just because we've just competed all spring with him, but he plays real hard. And then the linebacker that they have, Jones is his name. He's a good kid. He was hurt last year, but he is well and a good football player. So it'll be a physical game, real physical, and it'll probably come down to the end. That's just the way they normally do. Yeah, I love it. Well, Coach Quick, gosh, I want to thank you so much for sharing your information, and best of luck this week. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, the Brotherhood of Texas High School Football. All football players, past and present, who have ever suited up in the Lone Star State are eligible. Go to LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood. And thank you for the part you played in the greatest sport in the greatest state.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.